Well, good morning and welcome to the Isle of Lewis. We arrived up yesterday evening and the plan was to stay up at the Butt of Lewis lighthouse. And you may get the sensation what I'm about to say, very windy. And the parking area up at the Butt of Lewis was all a bit higgledy-piggledy, so we actually came down into Ness and found a cracking little harbour which we stayed at, which actually gave us a lot of protection from the wind, the heaviest wind, although it is going to get windier as the day goes on. But just as importantly, we found a little cafe. We went up to find a loom, we found a little cafe and they were doing evening meals, and so we don't do this that often. We went out for a meal last night and it was stunning.
It was fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic pizza. They also do fish and chips, but yeah, the pizza was just, in fact we still have some in the fridge. Somebody was a little bit tipsy, but anyway,
but no hangover.
no, but yeah, the pizza was fantastic. Really nice little area, and if you come here during the summer the views must be just incredible. Obviously it was dark whenever we were looking out.
I'm still tired.
So as I say, the heaviest of rains are due later on today in the wind, so not quite sure what we're going. We're making our way kind of south now a little bit on Lewis, exploring a few bits and pieces, and as always we shall bring you along for the ride. But right now it's hunker down and get ready for the big winds to come. So I think we made the right decision not to stay up here.
That is ferocious out there. Really
Nippy as well. And I was just saying, I think this is one of the places, I think in the UK, the strongest wind recorded, 170 mile an hour maybe. So during the winter they get gusts well over 100 miles an hour, I'm sure, and it's only about 40 or 50 miles an hour out there, so huge waves.
You wouldn't stand a chance.
You wouldn't stand a chance, no.
Like,
So,
you had to be careful getting too close to the edge because you felt like you were literally going to be blown over the edge.
even me with all my ballast. Right, so that is the Butt of Lewis.
Really, really beautiful though. Really beautiful.
Really beautiful, yeah. Lovely coastline. I mean, the lighthouse itself maybe doesn't look that nice from close up.
But once you get around the corner and
Head
see
around
the
the
rocks
corner
and
and
everything.
It's great, so. Right, let's drive south.
And warm up.
Oh, just a bit. So we're over in Great Bernera now, and one of the things that we noticed last time we were over here was phenomenal eagle spotting. And we've only just driven on to Bernera about 10 minutes or so, and we have
3 golden eagles.
3 golden eagles, literally just over here. So, oh yeah, wow, really good views. So yeah, looks like Bernera is a great eagle place. So.
Oh, it's coming this way. Wow.
Really good views. Right.
Oh. It's literally right above us.
Well, good evening. So still on Lewis. Just been bimbling around today up the on the southwestern side of Lewis, and we are now parked up at Cliff Beach on a little peninsula. And as you can see, it's not a bad place to park up. Apologies for the wind. Still is windy. So another little community bit, sort of make a donation. We could park up on top here for free, for nothing, but look, could be a bit windy. You're looking at me weirdly.
It's just the wind's coming that way, but we'll be alright. I think it'll be very rocky because we're not parked into the wind.
The van will be rocking tonight. So I think we'll go for a bit of a dander. And again, apologies for the wind noise. Right.
And for me looking like Bjorn Borg or whoever used to wear a headband like this. I'm rambling, I'm tired.
And guess who's cooking tonight? Remember in a previous vlog, Nicola mentioned about the fact that she liked to get on the highest point of things. Perhaps she was a cat. Yeah, I've just come back from some photography and she's once again decided to get up something high. Looks like cracking views actually. In fact, we were parked up here yesterday having a afternoon cuppa. Let's go see whether we can meet her. So now that we're up here, you can actually see where we stayed last night. Down here. Really lovely. Sound of the waves. But actually quite sheltered because of the direction of the wind. Now I think if the wind had been coming in off the coast, it would have been a windy night, but not too bad at all. And what a setting. Beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous. And I think the sun might come out in a minute.
Oh, ever the optimist.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
right.
me.
Last little bit of fun on Lewis. I'm going to try to find a bothy. And you know how Nicola loves bothies. Oh, hang on. Oh. But this one is a little bit different. So let me read you a little extract from the Bothy Bible. Picking your way down through the shattered pink Louisian stone to the tiny beehive bothy, you feel like you've reached the edge of the world. Teetering on the cliff edge, waves crashing over the skerries below, the vast wild Atlantic stretched out before you. It is a most breathtaking spot. On a clear day you can see St Kilda, while in the evening the blink of the lighthouse on Ellen Mollach is a comforting sound. We can actually see St Kilda from here. The bothy was designed and built by John and Lorna Norgrove more than 30 years ago, and at first its construction aroused little interest, but then people began to visit and admire it. More recently, the bothy became a poignant memorial to the Norgrove's daughter Linda, an aid worker in Afghanistan who died in 2010 in an attempted rescue by US forces following her kidnap. Quite sad. The Linda Norgrove Foundation, a trust that funds education, health and childcare for women and children affected by war in Afghanistan, continues her excellent work. The bothy is a simple structure of wood and stone with two small windows facing west out to sea and two skylights in the roof. From a tiny entrance you step down into a cosy but fairly cramped space with a raised platform to the left that can sleep two, a separate bench and a wee fireplace and grate. The stone roof is supported by a central wooden stake with a wigwam of beams radiating from it. Eagle's Nest, Isle of Lewis. So as I said, slightly different. It's not a shepherd's hut as such, originally built for that intended purpose. And from that perspective, I don't believe it's just a free overnight usage. You're free to visit, but if you want to stay overnight, contact the owners and obviously make a donation to the foundation. Hopefully there's something we can drop a couple of quid in here up here for the foundation. Worthwhile cause. But what a stunning location. We were out, is where the sea stacks are, is where we were yesterday, getting very much buffeted. It's a lot calmer day today, so right, I'm going to put you away before I sink into the bog and we'll catch up at the bothy. Well, it's been a little bit of a trek and we're still not there quite yet, but let's just say the half of the fun with the bothy is trying to find the bothy. But what a place to have a bothy. Right, before I fall off a cliff and you guys see it, I'm going to put you away and hopefully see you at the bothy. Goodness gracious me. Oh! Oh!
I don't know if you'll be able to see with the camera. There's a big dome, and then right at the bottom on the far side, it's just tucked down there.
So basically where we were, but the GPS coordinates said completely the opposite bay.
I tell you what,
What?
I'm not sure I'm wanting to climb down there to go in it.
Right. Right. So it's half a mile from the car, but I think we've done about 2 miles so far. Back the way we came.
But I found it.
Right, we're back to where we think we saw it. So it's just over this somewhere, so I still think these green mossy boulders mean something. Where's Annika when you need her? And also we're trying to avoid, looks to be some pretty gnarly rain coming through. So I reckon it's built in here somewhere, so which is where we stood about half an hour ago. I think it's going to be down here somewhere. Oh! Oh! Woohoo! There it is. Oh!
Oh wow!
Oh, we found it.
Oh wow!
I think just in time as well. Right, let's get down there. We finally found it and it looks like we made it just in time. Let's go in.
Oh my word! Oh wow! Wow! It's amazing!
Oh.
Oh, that's amazing! That's an airbed. Somebody's left a black airbed. Do you see, this is a bothy I could stay in.
It's fabulous.
I could stay
Like
in here.
even the hearth,
Yeah.
chimney, the whole 9 yards.
It's so warm in here.
Oh, what a place to stay. Alistair, let's stay here. Oh, yeah, Alistair, let's stay here, yeah. Fabulous. Eagle's Nest, Bothy.
That's amazing, amazing.
Wow.
It's
Imagine
lovely.
imagine being here on a really stormy day.
Yeah, I could stay in here. I wouldn't have a problem in here.
You heard it here first. Maybe we'll come back and stay here one night. Guys, we made it to the Bothy, and given the fact, if you remember whenever we were on Hoy, someone said that they would never stay in the Bothy.
This is amazing. It really is.
Maybe we should come here for your 50th birthday.
It's not that amazing.
Looks like I'll be spending my birthday here by myself. Right guys, well, we hope you've enjoyed the little bimbles around the Isle of Lewis. We're going to start heading down south again towards Harris. We've got another few days on Harris. Probably won't record anything from those days because obviously we've been on Harris with you before. So next time we catch up next week, we should be back on the mainland.
Looking at trees, my favourite. Sorry. Don't get me wrong, I quite like trees, but not for like hours on end.
We'll be on the mainland so you can get the train home to your mum's.
Maybe I like trees a bit more than I think.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be on the mainland for, well actually we worked out for the date, today's the 5th of November, and 5th of December we will be back in Cambridge again, spending a few days with Nicola's family. So we've actually got 4 weeks. I got 4 weeks left on this trip, which is a bit crazy given the fact that we've been on the road for 5 months. So anyway, we shall catch up, as I said, amongst the trees on the mainland. Probably just me, because I've sent her home.
And I've got a bad knee at the moment, so I'm sulking because I can't run, I can't climb. So hopefully by the time we get to Torridon, it'll be recovered.
But you can still moan. Hasn't
I'm really
affected
good at that.
Yeah.
Really good.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.